Your person is currently going through a phase of frustration and irritation, and much of this emotional upheaval stems from the limited access they've had to you over the past few months. This sense of disconnection has left them feeling on edge and short-tempered with those around them. They may not have anticipated just how deeply your absence would affect them. What's perhaps even more unsettling for them is the fact that you seem relatively unbothered by this separation. This wasn't the outcome they envisioned when they initially decided to walk away from you and go silent. In their mind, they might have believed that the distance would create a longing within you, that you would chase after them, or that they'd maintain some level of control over the situation. Instead, you've shifted your focus, and this was an outcome they didn't see coming. Now, your person understands something they didn't realize before: they can't come back to you until they've dealt with their own emotional baggage. This isn't just about reconciling with you, it's about reconciling with themselves. Their past, whether it involves unresolved issues, emotional scars, or lingering pain, has been a significant barrier preventing them from coming closer to you. They know they need to release this burden before they can truly connect with you on the level they desire. At the moment, they're working behind the scenes to heal. They're nurturing themselves, addressing their wounds, and trying to grow emotionally, but it's a slow process, and you might not be fully aware of what's happening because they're doing it in the background. This emotional distance has created an obvious change in how you interact with them. They've noticed that the attention and energy you once poured into them is no longer there. You're no longer chasing them or this connection, and that realization is hitting them hard. In the past, they may have been accustomed to you being more present, more engaged, always willing to give your energy to this relationship. But now, things are different. You've shifted, and that shift is creating a ripple effect in their life. The energy you once directed toward them is no longer as accessible, and that absence is creating chaos and confusion for them. They're starting to feel the consequences of the emotional space they've created. Though they've remained silent, don't think for a moment that they've stopped paying attention. In fact, they are very much observing you, quietly watching from the sidelines, trying to gauge where you stand. They may not be actively engaging with you, but they are certainly hoping for some form of reassurance, particularly on an energetic level. Deep down, they're yearning for some kind of sign from you that despite everything, you're still devoted to them. They hope that your emotional connection to them hasn't completely disappeared, even though they know that you're no longer as involved as you once were. The truth is, your person is now painfully aware of the delicate balance they must maintain. They know that any wrong move, any mistake on their part, could completely change the dynamic between the two of you. They've come to understand that you embody the energy of the Empress, a nurturing, loving, and compassionate figure. However, they are also very aware that this Empress can swiftly shift into the Queen of Swords, a figure who doesn't tolerate nonsense and is quick to cut off anyone who disrespects her. Your person is treading carefully because they know the stakes are high. One wrong step, and they risk turning you into someone who is no longer willing to give them the time or space to make amends. This is why they're taking things slowly. They're not rushing back into your life because they understand that they need to be careful and intentional with their actions. They know they can't afford to make the same mistakes that led to this distance in the first place. However, despite the slow pace, they are moving forward. They're working on themselves, healing, and trying to find a way back to you that doesn't involve the same baggage and mistakes of the past. They're hopeful that once they've done the work on themselves, there will still be room for them in your life. In the meantime, your person remains in the shadows, silently observing, hoping, and waiting. They're looking for that energetic confirmation that you haven't completely turned your back on them, But they know they can't rush this process, because any false step could push you away for good. So they're taking their time, hoping that when they're ready, you'll still be there. But for now, they remain in a state of quiet contemplation, navigating their healing journey while they silently hope for reconciliation. Are you sure you're ready to handle me? I ask because, before we go any further, I need you to understand that I'm not easy to deal with. I come with baggage, and sometimes, it's a lot more than people expect or are prepared for. I don't say this to push you away or to make you think I'm trying to be difficult, but I want to be honest and upfront about the fact that I have layers, some of which aren't pleasant or easy to manage. So, I need you to think carefully. Are you truly prepared for everything I bring with me? You see, I'm not the saint or perfect person you may think I am, or maybe have imagined me to be. I know people often get caught up in the idea of someone, especially when emotions are involved. But I want you to see me for who I really am. At my core, I am just a human being with flaws. Some are manageable, and some can be difficult to deal with. I don't want to pretend to be something I'm not, nor do I want you to put me on any kind of pedestal because I will inevitably fall short of those expectations. The truth is, I can be a lot to handle. I can be controlling at times, wanting things to go a certain way, and when they don't, I struggle with how to react. I sometimes get selfish and focus too much on my own needs without considering others as much as I should. I am insecure, more than you might think, constantly questioning myself, doubting whether I'm good enough, and it affects my actions. My ego gets in the way, too. There are moments when I'm not the best version of myself, and instead of being supportive or understanding, I let my insecurities and fears dominate. This leads to moments where my emotions swing back and forth, making me difficult to read or connect with. One minute, I may seem okay, and the next, I could be distant or overwhelmed by what I'm feeling. But here's the thing, despite all of that, there's something I'm absolutely sure of: I adore and respect you more than anyone else. You are someone who holds an incredibly special place in my heart. You're the person I'm in love with, the one I feel connected to on a level that goes beyond just affection or admiration. It's deeper than that. I don't take this lightly, and it's because of that love and respect that I'm being so honest with you now. The truth is, though, I'm worried. I don't want to put you through the weight of everything I'm going through. I know you've already been through a lot in your own life, and the last thing I want to do is add to your struggles or make things harder for you. You've suffered enough, and it would break my heart to know that I was responsible for adding any more pain or difficulty to your life. That's not what I want for you or for us. That's why I've been keeping my distance lately. It's not because I don't care, or because I don't want to be close to you. In fact, it's the opposite. I'm stepping back because I need to work on myself. I need to become mentally and emotionally stronger so that I can handle things on my own. I don't want to be dependent on you to manage my emotions or get through tough times. That's not fair to you, and it's not healthy for me either. I need to be in a place where I can stand on my own 2 feet and face my challenges without placing blame on you or anyone else for the way I feel or the things I go through. This time apart isn't easy for me. I miss you. I miss us. But I know it's necessary if I'm ever going to be able to fully give myself to you in the way you deserve. You don't deserve to carry the weight of my issues or to feel responsible for my emotional ups and downs. You deserve someone who can be a partner, someone who can stand beside you without leaning too heavily on you, someone who can offer you the same support and strength you offer them. I want to be that person for you, and I believe I can be. But I need time to get there. I hope you understand why I'm doing this. It's not about pushing you away, it's about becoming the best version of myself for both of us. So, while I work on me, just know that my feelings for you haven't changed. If anything, they've only grown stronger because I see how much you mean to me, and I want to make sure I can handle everything life throws at us without making it harder for you. So, I ask again, are you sure you can handle me? Because I'm doing everything I can to make sure that when I'm ready, I'll be more than capable of handling us. I know you're alone right now, embracing your solitude, and I understand that it's something you need from time to time. You enjoy the quiet, the peace of mind that comes with being by yourself, and I respect that. But I have to admit, it also hurts me deeply because, in this moment, all I want is to be there with you. I want to be the one who breaks through that silence, who brings warmth to your solitude. It's not just about being present with you physically, it's about sharing something more meaningful. I want to be the person who adds comfort to your peace, not disturbs it, to be a part of your quiet world in a way that makes sense for both of us. I miss you terribly. I miss the way you make me feel safe just by being near. There's something about your warmth, both physically and emotionally, that I crave. I think about it constantly. Sometimes I sit here, and all I can think about is how much I wish I could sit next to you, even if it's in complete silence. I don't need words from you, just your presence would be enough. I miss the feeling of your warmth, the sense of peace that comes when we're together. It's like an invisible thread between us, something that connects us without needing to be spoken about. That connection, your warmth, is something I'm finding harder and harder to live without. More than anything, I long for the closeness we share, not just in a physical sense but emotionally, too. I can't help but want to be close to you, to feel your energy, to connect with you in that deep, sensual, and passionate way that only we understand. It's not just about touch or intimacy, it's about feeling like we are the only two people who matter in the world. When I'm with you, nothing else seems important. The world falls away, and it's just us. That's the feeling I'm missing, that deep connection that makes everything else seem small and insignificant. I find myself thinking about you all the time, even when I try to focus on other things. You've become such an integral part of my thoughts, of my daily life, that it's hard to separate myself from thinking about you. There are so many times throughout the day when I reach for my phone, wanting to text you, wanting to tell you how much I need you right now. But then I stop myself because I don't want to intrude on your time alone. Still, the urge is always there, pulling at me, telling me that I need to talk to you, to reach out, to let you know just how much I miss your presence in my life. I wonder where you are right now, what you're doing, and if you're thinking of me at all. Do you miss me the way I miss you? Do you ever pause and think about what it would be like if we were together at this very moment? I can't help but hope that you do. Because for me, these thoughts aren't fleeting, they're constant, always hovering in the back of my mind, reminding me of what I'm missing when we're apart. I want to know if you feel the same pull, the same sense of longing that I feel. It's almost unbearable at times, this desire to know what you're thinking, to understand if your heart aches the way mine does. My love, it's so hard to concentrate on anything else when my soul is longing for you, for your love, care, and attention. It feels like my entire being is searching for you, like nothing else will satisfy this deep need to be near you. I try to keep myself busy, to distract myself with other things, but it never works for long. The truth is, I'm consumed by this desire to be with you. It's like my mind and heart won't let go, constantly pulling me back to thoughts of you, to the need to feel your love again. It's not just physical, though that's certainly a part of it. It's something more, something deeper. It's the way you make me feel understood without me having to say anything. It's the way you seem to know what I need, even when I don't fully understand it myself. You've become this essential part of me, someone I can't imagine being without, even for a short time. And so, here I am, writing this, trying to put into words the depth of what I'm feeling, hoping that maybe, just maybe, you'll understand. Because more than anything, I need to know that you feel it too.